and welcome back to Traffic Talks. I hope you are well. This week we are talking about Freedom Day. As the day this episode goes live, it will be a public holiday. I'm not sure if I ever got the full meaning of this holiday, so I decided to just Google it and find out what it actually means. And the definition that I found was as follows. Freedom Day is a South African public holiday that is celebrated on the 27th of April each year. The day celebrates freedom and commemorates the first democratic post-apartheid non-racial elections that were held on the 27th of April 1994, which saw Nelson Mandela elected as president. That entire explanation just struck such a chord with me because, and we've given away my age, so it's not even a secret anymore, but that essentially means I was born before apartheid ended and our country held a non-racial post-apartheid election. I was born before we had freedom from apartheid and racism, which is still in the shadows. I'm honestly not going to even lie and say that it's gone, especially with what's going on in the world today. The fact that we've come such a long way and that we are still celebrating these things is monumental. The point of Freedom Day is to celebrate the freedom from these sometimes literal but mostly metaphorical chains that we were held in, so to speak. This year, I'm literally spending it being free, being out the house, and just having a good time. So my family and I are going to go out. We are going to go to a shopping center that we basically go to once a year if we're lucky. We didn't even go last year due to COVID, so the last time we went there was in 2019. It essentially is, for those of you in South Africa, Access Park in Lansdowne. It is giant warehouse stores on a giant lot packed together. Some shops are smaller, some are larger, some actually have like 2 floors, but for the most part that's what we're going to go do. They're not just clothing stores, there are different kinds of stores. Like there's literally a tattoo parlor, piercing, shoe shop, kiddies birthday party store, an ice cream place, there's a Typo, there's a Cotton On if I'm not mistaken, a Nike's, a foot gear, an underwear store. I think there's like actually 3 or 4. There was a luggage place where I bought my Samsonite luggage, bags. There's anything and everything. There's things you don't even know you need until you find it and you're like, where have you been all my life? That's what I'm doing. I already have my list of things that I need so I don't overspend, but that's how I'm going to spend the day. We also are going to go for lunch or for breakfast. I'm not sure. It usually depends on when we leave the house. We're going to go out. We're going to have a good time. We're going to come back and chill. And also, because the holiday's on the day this is uploaded, which is a Tuesday, it is going to be much needed. Because Monday, I'm still working like everyone else. My sister is at least on school holidays, so that does free up a little bit more of my time, as I usually get up early in the morning to drop her off. So I've got a bit more leeway in the mornings for doing me things, which is nice. And yeah, that is essentially my plans for this week, and specifically the day, just to relax and enjoy freedom. Another reason why this actually hits home, especially because of the post-apartheid non-racial part of the thing. My parents are mixed race. For South Africans, having mixed race parents is not really a big deal. A lot of people have mixed race parents or couples or are part of one, but the fact that before I was born it was essentially illegal or not accepted to be in a mixed race relationship, and to the point that the government actually separated people according to color, meaning my parents couldn't be together because they clearly are distinctly different races. So the fact that we can all go out together and just be as a family without fear of being arrested, so to speak, is kind of nice. I think the biggest takeaway in comparison to today's world was the recent conviction of George Floyd's killer, where he was convicted. I'm not sure to how many years, I cannot remember. But the fact that such a heinous crime, especially due to the racial backlash and awareness that this death has caused, it just sparks a lot of things, because being able to just not have to worry to a certain extent about that for me personally is a blessing, and having to be so harshly reminded that these things still exist, yet we are celebrating our freedom from it, is a very big oxymoron that is kind of difficult to acknowledge and fully accept when it's not done that way all over the world. Like, there is still people being killed because of their color, because of people's assumptions, because of the nonsense that is going on in the world. So how can we truly celebrate Freedom Day when we aren't actually free? We still walk around with this thing in the back of our minds, like, oh no, this could happen to me, this could happen to that one, this could happen to a sibling, a friend, a partner, a parent, a child. Like, it is traumatic, so to speak. But I think the awareness has definitely shed some light on it and has made us more, for lack of a better term, aware of the situation and the privilege, because that's what it is. It is a privilege to be able to walk around and to celebrate this, and to have come so far in terms of a country uniting against it. That was really awesome. With all these lessons that we have been able to take with us, I think, like this day suggests, celebrating our freedom, which is a victory against all the apartheid regimes and the racism that took place in the time, I think, yes, we need to be grateful for it. We need to acknowledge it. We need to accept it. We need to celebrate this victory. But we need to also embrace fully the change that comes from it in terms of moving forward as a country, so that we do not repeat these mistakes that happened with apartheid and keeping different groups separate in terms of racism and treating people differently just because of the way that they look. The point of learning and looking back at our history is to learn from it and not make those mistakes. So I think celebrate Freedom Day, be free, but also take time to look back on why we are celebrating it. Like I said, this is the first time I've actually gone and fully checked out what it's about, why we celebrated, what goes on, what happened. And I was today years old when I learned about it. So you're never too old to learn new things, and you're also never too old to embrace the beauty of what's going on around you and to learn from it. So enjoy your Freedom Day, celebrate it, live your best life, and dance to this week's Song of the Week, which is the Pata Pata remix, which is a song by Milk and Sugar featuring Miriam Makeba, who is the originator of that song. She's got a lot of brilliant songs, but I definitely wanted to choose a local artist this week, and they are, and she is, and it is an incredible song. The remix is just going to get you dancing. Definitely listen to it. Speaking of listening, thank you for listening to me. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a comment and let me know what your thoughts are. You can also check out my Instagram, which I will link below, and message me there. And a huge shout out to my friend who not only listens to this podcast, but will be having a birthday on Saturday. Happy birthday, enjoy your day, and embrace it. Embrace the day. To everyone else, thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.